Hello friends and welcome to Watching Time. This is your host. On this review I'm going to review one of my first watches. I'm an apasionado of watches. I'm not expert, so I don't intend to give any expertise on what are the specific details of the watches, but more the feeling, and also share with you some particular pieces that have come to my possession or passed through my hands that can be of interest for other watch apasionados around. So first of all, thank you for following me. If you like this video, please click a like. I will try to update with new watches very soon. So today what we have is a very recent edition. It's a boutique edition. It's not limited as specifically, I don't know of the number, and definitely it's not the number on the back of the watch, but it's an edition very difficult to find of one of the recent interpretations from Longines Hydroconquest watches. So these are the new green editions, and specifically the boutique edition that we're going to see today has just arrived to me from the postman early this morning. It was released this month, and it's a special green edition with a green ceramic dial that in theory you can only find on the Longines boutique. So first of all, this is the case. It's very nice. It's different from the classic one, and I think the insertion of this logo is quite unique to this model. As you can see, this is the green edition. It comes not only with a steel bracelet, but you also have a rubber green strap that comes with the watch that can be really of use. Apart from the normal characteristics, I'm going to go through them with you now. Obviously, Longines sent it already sized for my wrist, so it's already ready to wear. As you can see, it has a very, very beautiful ceramic dial with a vertical brush pattern that makes also the color change depending on how the light reflects on it. So I hope it's actually quite visible also on the video, but depending on how you move it around the light, it becomes from a darker gray to a very bright green, depending also on the light that it's being shot at. It has a ceramic bezel on green. It's very nice. You can see it next to my Oris green watch. The colors are quite similar actually from the ceramic bezel. The difference is mainly on the dial and the point of green that the Oris uses. But as far as I can see from the ceramic bezel, it's very similar. The size is a 41 millimeters, and it comes with one of the modified ETA movements produced for Longines. In this case, it's called the L.3.785.4.06.6, which is the name given by Longines, but it's based on the ETA A31.LOI. So basically, it's a very reliable ETA movement that also has a 25,000 vibrations per hour, which per day actually, which is actually it gives this natural flow of the seconds hand, which I think it's quite beautiful on automatic watches. This is an automatic movement, it's not mechanical, and it's a diver, so you have a 300 meters standard of water resistance. Compared to the other Longines in the same line, the other Hydroconquest, it's actually the same. There's no difference in there. Here you have one of my blue Hydroconquest. This is the same size, the 41 millimeters. The main difference that you can see from both of them is on the bracelet. As you can see, the new bracelet that comes with this green edition, boutique edition, it has a fixed lug here that is a little bit longer, so it goes a little bit longer than the end of the lugs, compared to this that actually bends. But at the same time, it has a very interesting advantage, which is this quick release mechanism that can be activated with this button on the back. So it's quite easy to exchange it. In this case, for example, if you want to use one of the green rubber bracelets that comes with it. The green rubber bracelet, as you can see, it's all full of Longines logo. It has the quick release mechanism here with the button that is actually quite easy to wear and to use. I don't find this a problem. Actually, it's quite helpful, especially during summer, even during this emergency coronavirus situation. Hopefully, we will have some time to use it also on a more sunny environment. The color is actually quite nice and is unique to this edition. So as far as I know, the other green editions that are being produced by Longines, not the boutique ones, but the ones that you can find everywhere, this is more a khaki green. Here you have a very bright green that it's, you can say, kind of a forest green, maybe. It's actually quite bright, but at the same time, it's quite nice, and under the sun, it gives a point of light that it's quite interesting to mix it up with the green bezel, which is more khaki actually. So I suppose the idea that they had on giving this type of rubber bracelet together with this new edition is also to give it a new touch of color, different to the classic editions that they are selling online. Here you can see a better view of what the dial looks. If we get it near to the camera, as you can see, it's vertically brushed, it's ceramic. And the other interesting thing to note on this is that these particular movements that come inside of this boutique edition has a silicium spring inside. So it's anti-magnetic, and it's going to bring some favorable points of buying the boutique edition. Right now, I think it's really difficult. We've been trying to look for it during the last couple of days on the internet, and there's very little information about this watch. What is the price of this watch? Well, if you go online to the Longines website, it's around 2,000 euros, more or less, 2,050 if I'm correct, if I remember correct. In Europe, it's not cheap, definitely, compared to the normal Hydroconquest that are sold around 1,300 or 1,500, depending on the model and the bracelet or the type of bracelet that they have. So I think this is a quite interesting and quite difficult to find new edition that they wanted to present also in Basel, as far as I know, but as it was cancelled, it was not presented. So what else can I say? The bezel, well, the bezel is the classic Longines bezel. It's good. The noise, it gives you that feeling. It's a 120 click bezel. It's quite solid. I don't have much to say about it. I like it. I already had the other model, the blue one, and I really like this type of bezel in these watches. I have never dived with this type of diving watches, but the thing is that at the end of the day, the dial is quite big, so I suppose it could be quite comfortable also for diving uses. The green color is definitely different from the usual blue. Some people are saying that it's going to trend as the new blue. Personally, it's a color I like. I have a couple of watches in green tone. But then again, I don't think they will ever be as popular as the blue or the black ones. But it's a very nice point of green. Maybe later in other videos I will show you some of my other green watches that go from Tag Heuers to Rolexes that use this type of green interpretation on their dials or details. The bracelet, the metal bracelet of Longines is also quite good. I don't like the pins in particular. These are normal pins that you need to take off with with the pin instrument to resizing. I rather have the screw ones. I don't understand the choice of Longines, probably to save money in not using proper screws on their models. This is something common in Longines. I have never had a Longines that has screws, but then again, that's okay. The clasp, it's okay. I have nothing to say in particular in terms of the functionality and how it works and how it wears also, because it's very comfortable. The fact that it's a solid stainless steel piece, it's something that I like. It's not wobbly at all. You know, the engineer behind this swatch group, Longines watches, are quite what you expect for the money that you're going to spend on them. But even if this has a quick adjustment mechanism that lets you use it maybe on over a scuba suit for diving, it's something that I find sometimes quite funny, why they're going to put this very thin metal clasp in order to enlarge the... I rather have something more solid, or maybe something that lets you move it along the clasp, that can be more comfortable and more beautiful eventually if you need to change the adjustment. Definitely, if you are on a very sunny day and your wrist is going to swell because of the sweat and the heat, etc., this is not the correct mechanism for you to quickly adjust your watch. I will not wear a watch with this on my wrist. So anyway, this is one of the points that I see as negative, but it's not only of Longines, it's on many watches. And also this part here of the closing clasp that I prefer something different. Maybe it's something more like what you see on Rolexes or on Omegas, that have a much solid, at least that's the impression that you have and the feel that they give you. So I think this is pretty much it. The Lume is pretty good also at night. It charges very quickly on the sun and it lasts. The Lume that the Longines use on their watches are very good. This is a blue hue, so I will try to show you with one. Here you can see actually perfectly how the dial color changes with light. Obviously this is a white LED light, so it's not the yellowish light that the sun gives, but it's clear that the bezel has a very different tone compared to the dial, and the dial vertical brushes gives this particular color that I really love. It's one of the main points of this watch. If you like green colors and you like something different from others, I think definitely this is your piece. So, well, here you have an idea of how it looks, the Lume. Many people don't like the reinterpretation of the Hydroconquest and the big numbers that looks kind of an explorer. Personally, I don't mind. I don't mind the distances and the space. I think they are correct in this type of watches. Maybe in the 43 millimeters, it might look a little bit more funny. I haven't had the experience to look at it. In the 41 millimeters, I think it's perfect. You have a correct distance, and also it gives you the sense of a space in the dial. So I find it quite harmonious for this type of watch. This boutique edition is only on 41 millimeters, and maybe there's a reason behind it. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for following me on this video. I will give some new videos pretty soon, I hope. Let me know on the comments if eventually you want to see something about the Oris, which is also a very great green piece in terms also of the quality and how it wears. I love my Oris. I think it's one of the best watches you can buy for the budget, around this 2,000 euros budget of this type of divers watches. Okay, thank you very much. This is all. Bye bye.